What's going on, guys? It's your boy Devante with the Camera Kicks channel, and I apologize if it's a bit hard to hear me. Obviously I'm outside, the wind is blowing. I got my wind cover on this thing, but yeah, we know. Anyway, so I am out here today because I am actually doing a review of this product here. This is the Fifine K037B. If you guys can, if it'll not focus on my face. Opening up the box, I'm gonna be careful because it is pretty windy. You get a little bit of paperwork, user manual, K037B. I'm gonna put this in here so it won't blow away and not be considered littering. But once you get to it, that's what it looks like in the box. So this is the transceiver, the receiver, whatever you want to call it. I know what they are because I've actually done this video about 3 times already, and unfortunately the second time I did it, I found out there was something wrong with the first one, and then the third time I did it, I didn't realize I took out the old one. So here we are for the 4th time. Underneath that, we do have something that's a bit interesting. It is like, if you guys remember the old school like workout videos, the boxing videos and stuff like that, a lot of them used little headsets like this. Yeah, that's kind of interesting, but it does come with the locking thing as well. And I guess if this is something that you like to use, it is pretty stable. You hang it from your ear like this and you talk like that. You know, how do I look? Does that look good? Probably not. Anyway, so there's that. Here is the actual transmitter. As you can see, it is antenna that it operates on the radio signal. It doesn't operate on Wi-Fi or Bluetooth or, you know, like most other wireless audio devices like this. In order to connect it to your camera, unless you have a connection that's this big, I think that's the 6, or is it, yes, the 6 millimeter, 6 point something millimeter, you do have to adapt it. But thankfully they do include 2 adapters. You have a TRS adapter and then a TRRS adapter, so you could either use it with your phone or your camera, whichever one you choose. These are some pretty thick boys here, but this cable, and it is labeled as well. I really like the fact that it's labeled. This is strictly for the camera. I don't know if it'll actually focus on it. There it is. So yeah, this is strictly for the camera. This is a TRS cable. The one that is connected to the iPhone, of course, is the TRRS, or tip ring sleeve cable, that works with any phone that either comes with a jack or has, like the iPhone, the little jack adapter where you can record your audio there as well. And the transmitter does take batteries. It takes 2 AA batteries. Honestly, I kind of prefer it this way. Having rechargeable batteries is fine, but I prefer, if my batteries die, to just swap them out with fresh batteries than to have to wait and charge whatever device that I'm using, or hoping that that device, kind of like, you know, the Rode Go Wireless, hoping that you either charged it or you have enough charge or the charge lasts. I know there's 2 of them, and if you're by yourself, obviously you can swap those out, so that's a little bit better. But with the original wireless Go's, there was only one transmitter and 1 receiver, and if it died, you were kind of out of luck. So I really like the fact that it does come with replaceable batteries, or you have to replace the batteries. Now, speaking of that as well, hopefully this holds up. The receiver also uses batteries. The little battery slot is over here. I don't want to take it out because I'm recording. But one thing that I honestly figured out the hard way is there's an antenna on this. And that antenna is, of course, when you're, you know, going long distances, you pull this out and you get some better transmission through this antenna. The whole time I was thinking it was just some kind of button or something like that. I had no idea until I looked and saw the ant on the side. So I will add in that I did have some trouble with the first unit that I had. Even when I figured out that the transmitter, or I'm sorry, the receiver had an antenna on it, I walked into the parking lot of my apartment complex and it cut out after about 30 feet. This thing isn't having that problem, so whatever was wrong with the last one, it's all good now. So one of the things that I thought was pretty interesting is, or two things I thought was pretty interesting, is the cable comes with a, what are these things called? The Blackmagic Pocket Cinema cameras have them. They're these little like XLR cables. If it'll focus. There it is. If you can see the 3 dots there. Like, I just thought it was really interesting that it comes with these. But I really like the connection. It is solid, like super, super solid. Like right now, I have the microphone that's connected, the lavalier mic to the transmitter, and I'm giving it a pull, man. It's not coming out. I don't want to break it, so I'm not gonna pull that hard, but it's definitely like coming out. It's not coming out. It is very, very secure. It's pretty lightweight, I'd say. Plasticky, of course. These things are like, I think they're like $20-$30, I believe. I would say if you don't have the budget for something like the Go Wireless 2 or the DJI wireless mic, whatever that's called, or any of the other, you know, $150, $200 plus wireless systems, I would say this is something that you could go with. It's a little bulky. Like I said, this is the receiver. So, you know, but it's pretty much just like what they would use on, the size of what they would use on like a professional set. So, hey, if that's something that you don't mind. Now, one great thing about the Go Wireless 2 that this does not have is the Go Wireless 2 does have internal recording. So in situations like this, where you're trying to test out, you know, how far a microphone system can go or whatever, how it sounds, say if you lose connection or say the transmit or the receiver dies, right? And this is still good, you still record internally. Unfortunately, this doesn't have it, but again, for $20, $25, $30, you kind of can't beat it. So yeah, so let's hook this up and get it tested and see what kind of audio we can get. Unfortunately, it is windy, and that's not much of a wind muff. It's just kind of a plosive thing. So we'll see how this works. All right, guys, here we are now. I am speaking to you on the Fifine K037B. I'm gonna just call it Fifine from now on because that name, it gets confusing trying to say it over and over. But anyway, this is how it sounds. This is it. The lavalier microphone connected to the transmitter. So hopefully it sounds good to you guys. Like I said, the wind is blowing, and I don't know how much of it you can hear. I have heard this system's audio before. It doesn't sound bad. I've hooked it up to my phone and actually used it that way. Doesn't sound bad that way either. So hopefully with this round, it doesn't sound too bad. Anyway, I'm gonna get up after I actually test out the over-the-ear system to let you guys hear how that sounds. And Fifine asked me if I could do a range test. As a matter of fact, thank you, Eve and Fifine, for sending this out to me. I should have said that at the beginning, but I'm gonna say it now. Thank you so much for sending me the system. I really appreciate everything that you did. I apologize for all the trouble that I put you through and everything. Sorry, there's like a bee flying around me. Yeah, I sincerely apologize for taking so long on this. It's just I've been moving, as you can see, different area to record. There was just so much. I got sick, thought I had COVID twice, actually. We did a vacation. There was just so much stuff happening in the last couple of months. Anyway, let me stop rambling. Get this done. All right, let's test out the other one. All right, guys, hopefully you can hear me pretty decently. Once again, this is the behind the ear, over the ear, whatever you want to call it, the headset that actually goes on. The wire's pretty long. I just haven't disconnected it because I'm kind of trying to keep it neat. But yeah, this is what this one sounds like, and you guys heard the lavalier mic, so let's pop the lavalier back on and actually see how far we can go. Now that the guy with the freaking the toy thing is gone, I think I could do a little bit better now. Anyway, let's do that. So as you can hear, I have the Fifine and I have the Rode Go Wireless 2. I'm actually going to, I don't know, just kind of walk out that way. I think I'm gonna walk to that tree right there, if I'm actually pointed at it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna walk down to that tree. I'm not sure exactly how far that is, but hey, just want to make sure everything is kosher. I don't want to go 150,000 feet and someone steals my camera. So yeah, so let's do that again. This is how it sounds from the lavalier mic. It may not be loud enough. I'm not too sure. You can't actually adjust the volume on the receiver. So you set it in camera and it is what it is from there. So hopefully, if I'm too low, then obviously I'll bring it up in post. Try to cut out some of the wind noise because I'm absolutely sure it can hear the wind noise. But anyway, let's go ahead and get to it. All right, so I'll say I'm probably already, I don't know, 30, 40 feet. Going down. I'm gonna lose connection on my phone, I'm sure, and hopefully that connects back. So here we are. I'm maybe 100 feet or so, maybe 150 feet, not really too sure, but I wanted to turn around and make sure you guys so keep going. A lot of wind today. I don't know why it's so windy. It's kind of weird. All right, so I don't know how far away I am, but I'm pretty freaking far away down by this tree, as you can see. Can't zoom it from there. I don't have anybody helping me out, obviously. So yeah, so this is what it sounds like from this far away. Hopefully you can hear me. I don't know. I'll find out when I get back to the house. But yeah, here it is. I'd say it's really, really interesting shooting a video and talking to a camera with no one else around. No one else around to help. I mean, obviously still around, but you know, people see you talking to a camera and they're like, oh, he must be some kind of YouTuber or something. Okay guys, so basically what you just saw and heard was me kind of testing out the range of the Fifine K037B. Yes, like I said, just gonna call it the Fifine from now. Fifine did reach out and ask if I wanted to review another one of their products, but I really felt like this product would really, you know, kind of correlate or like work better with, I guess, people who watch my channel anyway. This is actually something that people would use. I can see myself using something like this as like a secondary sound device, or, you know, secondary sound capture, kind of like I'm doing now. I don't have it directly connected to the camera. I actually have it connected to my iPhone right here, which I hope me moving it around doesn't mess it up. But yeah, see, I have it connected to the iPhone and it's doing audio from the iPhone and it sounds pretty good. I will say it's a little loud for my taste. And there's unfortunately no real way to adjust the audio on the device. So all of your audio changes are gonna have to be done either in post or through the camera. Now, what I recommend anyway is when you're recording audio, especially if you're doing it on camera, if you don't have like a dedicated audio device, connect it to your camera and turn your camera's volume all the way down and then work your way back up from whatever, you know, your devices that you're recording to volume actually is. That way it reduces a lot of the hiss. You won't have to worry about the interference and stuff like that that comes with recording straight to the camera. Let's talk about who I think this product is going to be best suited for, and that is pretty much two types of people. If you're the kind of person who likes journalistic work, if you don't have the money to spend on a Wireless Go 2 or a Wireless Go or whatever the other products are that's out there, like the crappy one that I have still back there, if you don't have $100 to spend, if you want to go as cheap as possible to start off your journalistic career, I would say this product is pretty much perfect for you. Of course, it is plasticky, you know, but it's something that you could drop and get away with dropping it. Like, I wouldn't be worried about dropping this thing and it breaking. Like, I really wouldn't. So I think this would be perfect for somebody who's out there in the field, really getting into the down and dirty. Now, I wouldn't get it wet. If you were in the rain, I would make sure it's underneath your raincoat. I would make sure it doesn't get wet, because I think if this thing gets wet, it's absolutely done. But it's cheap enough where even if you did, you could probably just buy another one and it'd be no big deal. The second person that I could see this for is somebody who is getting started in some form of YouTube. That could be journalist, that could be sitting here like I am, talking head. It could be doing film where, you know, you want to have some extra microphones on your talent, something like that. This is going to be great for you as well. Like I said, it's cheap, and as you can hear, it sounds pretty good. This is comparing it to the Rode Wireless Go 2, which is of course a more expensive but dedicated audio source or audio recorder or transmitter or whatever. But I think for the price, it sounds good. And there's some people on YouTube who personally have terrible audio, in my opinion, but they're able to get away with it because their content is good. Their content looks good. As long as your stuff looks good, well, it depends on how bad the audio is, let me say that. But as long as the audio is decent enough to hear, it's not full of a bunch of hisses or breaks or scratches or anything like that, I think you can get away with using something like this for a long time until you think you're ready or your audience is ready to hear something a little bit better. But there, like I said, there's people out there with millions of subscribers who don't have that great of audio. Some people still use on-camera audio, so I would say this is better than on camera. Anyway, I'm rambling. I guess my last notes on this is I think it's a good product. I think it's a really good product, especially if you're just starting out. I would be careful if you have the Canon M50. The M50 has a really shallow audio jack, and it tends to be like really loose, so it wobbles around a bit, so it always won't connect. It's not a solid connection. So I'd be careful with cheaper cameras with audio jacks that aren't really long enough for something like this. But even if you did get it, you had a cheap point and shoot, pick up something like the H1 or some other audio recorder, connect it to it, and you got some decent audio. So anyway, that's pretty much gonna do it for this video, guys. Fifine, I want to thank you again for sending out this product for me to try out. I am definitely going to continue using this in some capacity, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Things are gonna be pretty busy. I'm now working Monday through Friday, but I got a couple other videos that should help people out who have jobs similar to mine, or they sit at their desk editing all day. So anyway, catch you guys in the next one. Good vibes. Peace. Ugh. Okay, so like there's this guy over there racing his RC, so now I can't record. That's great.
It's a good flip.